Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to our final part in our series about questioning the origins of humanity. This final part, the part number four, is you know uh, addressing the essence of humanity, origins, uniqueness, spirituality. All these elements will be tackled in this final part. As we segue from part number three, we can literally say that as we conclude our exploration of ancient civilizations and their potential extraterrestrial connections, we find ourselves standing at the threshold of an even more profound mystery: the nature of humanity itself. A journey through ancient texts, enigmatic structures, and cross cultural myth has led us to question not just our history but our very essence. In this final part of our series, we delve deeper into the core of what makes us human, examining both scientific evidence and spiritual perspectives. So, as you can see my screen now, in section one, we'll tackle the big questions. Were humans created by aliens? I don't share necessarily that view, but I wanted to uh, share with you what people are saying about this. And in this section, we'll explore the controversial theory that humans might be the result of extraterrestrial genetic engineering. We'll examine the gaps in human evolutionary history and sudden leaps in development, the genetic anomalies that some researchers claim as evidence of artificial intervention, the scientific counter arguments, and the current mainstream view on human evolution. Then in section two, we'll try to explain what makes humans unique. Here we'll focus on the distinctive features of human biology that set us apart from other species, with particular emphasis on human circadian clock and its unique characteristics compared to other primates. We'll look into the complexity of human DNA, including and the FOXP2 genes, often called the language gene, and its potential significance. Uh, Significance in human communication and capability to communicate between each other. And other will look into other human traits such as complex cognition, self-awareness, and creativity. Now, in section three, the last section, we'll look into what that humanity is not defined genetically only, but spiritually first. In this section, we'll explore the idea that humanity transcends mere biology, the concept of consciousness, the role of belief systems and spirituality in human cultures throughout history, philosophical and scientific perspectives on the nature of human consciousness. So, naturally, by examining these aspects, we aim to provide a comprehensive view of what it means to be human, bringing the gaps between scientific inquiry and spiritual exploration. So, bear with us. Now we'll delve into section one. Okay, guys, let's delve into section one. Were humans created by the Anunnaki or aliens? The ancient aliens theory, as I explain and provide more details in part number three, particularly as proposed by Zechariah Sitchin, suggests that the Anunnaki, extraterrestrial beings from a planet called Nibiru, arrived on Earth about 450,000 years ago or 500,000 years ago. According to this theory, the Anunnaki genetically engineered modern humans by combining their DNA with that of Homo erectus. The theory attempts to explain several puzzling aspects of human evolution that mainstream science struggles to fully account for. First of all, the rapid brain growth. The human brain nearly quadrupled in size over about 3 million years, an unprecedented rate of growth in primate evolution. So extremely rapidly from that period, the growth of human brain accelerated at a rate that is extremely difficult to explain. sudden loss of body hair. Unlike our primate relatives, humans have relatively little body hair. We don't have any fur anymore, a trait that's difficult to explain through gradual evolutionary processes. Generally speaking, that kind of change take thousands, hundreds of thousands of years in order to change, but not this rapidly. Accelerated technological advancement. Humans have demonstrated an extraordinary capacity for technological innovation and comprehension, far surpassing other species or even primates. Only now primates such as chimpanzees and other primates are start to use tools in order to hunt, in order to use tools for various uses. But humans have accelerated that evolution extremely quickly. Proponents of the ancient alien theory argue that these dramatic changes could be the result of deliberate genetic manipulation by an advanced extraterrestrial species that suggests that the Anunnaki created humans as a slave species to mine gold, which required beings with higher intelligence and better physical adaptation to Earth environment. However, it's crucial to note that mainstream science does not support these claims. Geneticists and anthropologists have proposed alternative explanations for these evolutionary changes, including environmental pressures, social complexity, and natural genetic mutation. Recent studies have revealed evidence of interbreeding between different human species, including an unknown archaic ancestor that could account for some rapid genetic changes. While the ancient aliens theory provides an intriguing narrative, it lacks scientific evidence and is not accepted by the academic community. The true story of human evolution continues to be a subject of ongoing research and discovery in the scientific world. Okay, guys, let's tackle the section 2. What makes human unique? There are multiple elements that makes humans unique. Our capability to communicate, our ability to adapt ourselves to any environment that is different on the planet. We can adapt ourselves to any situation, and it proves that we are kind of unique, because if you look at other animals or even mammals, they tend to stay in the same environment, an environment where they thrive. They really understand this environment and they stick to it. We tend to generally be adventurous, or attempt to go to the moon, dream to go to Mars and to go to Titan, to go to other places. Provide a sense of who we are as a species. We tend to be adventurous and try to do new things. And also our ability to communicate to one another allows us to better coordinate our actions. The FOXP2 genes, as an example, play a crucial role in human language development and is often referred as the language gene. While present in many species, the human version of the FOXP2 gene has unique characteristics. First of all, the human-specific mutations of the FOXP2. Humans differ from chimpanzees and gorillas by 2 amino acid substitutions in the FOXP2 protein. These changes are thought to contribute to our advanced language capabilities. So our capabilities to use different language, we have so many languages on this planet for humans, from different countries or even in the countries from different tribes, and also our capabilities to create new languages. For example, the sign language is something very, very interesting for those who don't have the capability to speak. Second, impact on the brain development. FOXP2 is expressed in various brain regions, crucial for language and speech, including the basal ganglia and inferior frontal cortex. It influences brain maturation and the development of neural circuits, essential for for language. Vocalization and motor control. Studies in mice with humanized FOXP2 showed improved vocal learning and motor skill acquisition. This suggests that the gene's role in fine-tuning the neural circuits for speech production and a better ways to communicate between animals. So this is how the FOXP2 have certain different traits than what you find in mice or rats. Fourth, differential gene regulation. Human FOXP2 affects gene expression differently compared to the chimpanzee version. This leads to distinct patterns of gene activation in human and chimpanzee brains, potentially explaining our unique language capabilities. Evolutionary significance. While initially thought to show signs of recent positive selection in humans, recent studies have challenged this view. Nonetheless, the human-specific changes in FOXP2 remain significant for understanding language evolution. So the capability to advance the language, because the language is evolving step by step. It doesn't stay the same. It doesn't stay dormant. It continues to evolve. Now, regarding the circadian clock. The human circadian clock is an internal biological system that regulates our 24-hour cycle of physical, mental, and behavioral changes. This body clock is primarily controlled by the suprachiasmatic nucleus, also called SCN, a tiny cluster of cells in the brain's hypothalamus. The SCN act as a master clock, coordinating circadian rhythms throughout the body. Key aspects of the human circadian clock include 24-hour cycle. It operates of a roughly 24-hour cycle, aligning with the Earth rotation. Light sensitivity. Light is the most powerful Zeitgeber, time cue, that influences the circadian clock. But it has multiple functions. It regulates the sleep-wake cycles, hormone production, body temperature, and other physiological processes. Genetic basis. The circadian rhythm are driven by a network of clock genes and proteins. Peripheral clocks. While the SCN is a master clock, peripheral clocks exist in various organs and tissues throughout the body. So the circadian clock helps coordinate biological processes to occur at optimal time, maximizing an individual's fitness and health. Space-induced changes. Human circadian clock's rhythm do indeed change. It's really strange, but in space, the circadian clock change, and it's aligning itself with different rhythms. The phenomenon is not limited to any specific ethnic group, but it's universally observed in astronauts. Well, apparently, we adapt ourselves extremely quickly when we're in space, as if our origins would be in space. Disrupted light-dark cycles. In space, astronauts experience 16 sunrises and sunsets every 24 hours, significantly disrupting the natural circadian rhythms, which could explain why we are adapting extremely quickly in space. Sleep disturbances. Many astronauts report difficulty sleeping in space, which is attributed to changes in their circadian rhythms and the absence of normal environmental cues. Physiological impacts. These circadian disruptions can affect various bodily functions, including hormone production, body temperature regulation, and cognitive performance. Ongoing research from the NASA and other space agencies continue to study the effects of space travel in circadian rhythms to develop countermeasures for long-duration space missions. These unique aspects of human biology, from our language capabilities to our adaptable circadian rhythms, contribute to our species' remarkable ability to communicate, to adapt to diverse environments, including the challenges of space exploration. But now we have to add as well that for the time being, uh, humans never left the environmental space of Earth. You know, claiming that we went to the moon is first it's not true. Second, you know, we will be facing radiation at a certain level that we ever experienced before that might kill us. So we, in reality, you know, the moon landing never happened. But you know, nonetheless, when we go into space, we experience some changes that will fundamentally affect maybe our development as a species, but also a capability to evolve as well. So, guys, let's tackle the section 3. So, as we looked into different aspects, the potential theory that humans have been created by aliens. We've seen different elements that makes humans to be extremely unique. But now, can we just say that humans are only defined genetically? No, humans are defined first spiritually. You know, as some of you might be a little bit disappointed or shocked that I've mentioned about this theory that we might have been created by aliens, and this is the goal of that channel. Once again, is to share knowledge that is coming from the English part of our civilization to the French part, in order to share the knowledge between the different groups. And naturally, this is part of what's happening in North America. There's a development of a mindset where we might not be, only defined by what the Bible is saying, but we might have been created by extraterrestrials. Even though I don't believe that for a second, it brings another argument. The other argument is that throughout the history of humanity, the Earth have seen hundreds of billions of human souls to roam the Earth. But every single soul on this planet have a different perspective, a different sense of beauty, a different certain traits or certain interest into certain color, certain music, certain appreciation of what they read and what they appreciate when they look at the sky. Every single one of us have different traits, different kind of skills and talents, which makes us fundamentally different from one another, even though we all have something in common. We all have the belief in God, and also we all share the earth. So to me, the concept of the soul is central. Is central for what is defining us individually, but also a way to find ourselves, to have common beliefs and common view of what is defining us. And this is what we call the soul. In the three monotheistic religions, such as Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, is offering a counterpoint or counterweight to theories of extraterrestrial human creation. Our faith on this planet assert that humans are fundamentally spiritual beings, with the soul being the essence of our individuality and humanity. This is what defines us fundamentally. It's not the genetic code, it's what is inside of us. And in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, the soul is believed to be a divine creation that's separate from the physical body. The spiritual essence is what gives humans the unique characteristics, as I was saying: personality, emotions, and moral capacity or moral compass. The Abrahamic tradition teach that God breathed lives into humans, in bringing them with a soul that transcend mere genetic coding. So genetic coding is the coding, but what defines us is to be human, and what defines us is the soul and not the physical body or the genetic code or the DNA. Because yes, you can define all the physical traits, but what makes us who we are is defined by God. So these religions, monotheistic religions, uh, you know, propose that the soul originates from God, not from alien intervention or purely biological processes. That suggest that our sense of beauty, personal traits, and moral compass stem from these divine spark within us, the, the, the essence of life. These perspectives aligns with the biblical account of creation, where humans are described as being made in God's image, but God's image spiritually speaking, implying a spiritual likeness beyond physical form. The question of where souls come from, the estimated 120 billion humans throughout history, is addressed in these faith through the concept of God continuous creation. Each soul is viewed as fundamentally unique and a unique creation by God, tailored for each individual. This belief of the divine origins of souls support the idea that humans are spiritual being first, clothed in physical bodies second. So the bodies only is moved by the soul, is is dictated by who we are and not the other way around. In Islam, the Quran speaks of Allah breathing in his spirit into human, while in Christianity, the Bible describes God forming man from dust and breathing life into him. Judaism similarly emphasizes the divine origin of the soul, with some traditions speaking of a treasury of souls from which God draws from each new life. Very interesting, isn't it? So, regardless where we're coming from, regardless of our creation, we're still defined by the spiritual life or the spiritual divine essence that is given by God. The spiritual perspective of human nature offers a profound counter argument to materialistic or extraterrestrial explanations of human origins, emphasizing our connection to the divine and the inherent dignity of each individual, because we all have something in common. We are all brothers and sisters. We are a brotherhood, a family, the human family, the human the earthling family. As a conclusion, as we conclude our four-part series questioning the origins of humanity, we've journeyed through a landscape of mystery, controversy, and profound questions about our existence, from the enigmatic ancient structures that defy conventional explanation to the global myth of the Great Flood that reshaped our world, our history. We have explored narratives that challenge our understanding of human history. We delved into the intriguing theories of extraterrestrial interventions, exemplified by the Anunnaki stories, and examined the unique aspects of human biology and consciousness that set us apart from other species or even mammals. Throughout this exploration, we've encountered compelling evidence and thought-provoking ideas that suggest our origins may be far more complex and extraordinary than mainstream science acknowledges or accept to discuss about. Instead, they're giving us a set of lies, a set of elements that are not comprehensible or doesn't make any sense in my view. It is my belief that some answers to these profound questions do exist and are being withheld or dismissed by mainstream scientific institutions. The suppression of alternative theories and evidence prevents us from truly questioning who we are and where we're coming from. The reluctance to seriously consider these alternative narratives raises suspicion about why certain perspectives are so adamantly rejected without a thorough investigation. As you've seen, I've addressed in previous videos, such as the roots of racism and the 5 proofs of God creation, there's compelling evidence that humanity is a unified, earthling family, despite our surface differences. To truly advance as a civilization, we need to uncover and accept the truth about our origins, whatever that may be. It doesn't matter. It's not where you're coming from, it's how you walk the path that is important. And to walk the path towards God as well, but also to believe that we can do better every single step of the way. The quest for this truth is not merely an academic exercise. Understanding our true origins has the potential to reshape our perception of ourselves and our place in the universe. It could foster a greater sense of unity amongst all humans, transcending artificial divisions and promoting a shared sense of purpose and identity. As we close this series, I ask you, the listeners, to continue questioning, exploring, and seeking the truth. Our journey to understand our origins is far from over. By remaining open minded, critically examining evidence from all sources, and challenging established narrative, especially coming from mainstream science, we move closer to uncovering the remarkable story of human origins. This knowledge is not just our right, it is essential for our growth and evolution as a species, as the Earthling family. So I thank you very much for your time. I hope you really enjoyed that series on questioning the origins of humanity. And remember that the truth of our origins, once revealed, has the power to unite us all as one human family, bound by a shared cosmic heritage. Let's continue this quest together for the betterment of all humanity. And I wish you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year for you all and your family and your loved ones. And I'll see you in the next year, 2025. Thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you very soon.